the importance of PR. Sometimes PR is kind of like positioned as this value of PR, so PR is not to be ignored. How to get your supplement reviewed by mags and newspapers without any contacts. We get asked this all the time. I'm going to give a very blunt, immediate response to this question. Get contacts. Anybody is possible and is able to get contacts. I get it if you've not got the network right now. It feels like quite a lot of work to be able to then reach out to these people, create a level of communication with these people. I mean, there's loads of different ways that I can answer this question. There's actually loads of different approaches that you can do if you feel like you haven't got contacts. If you have the budget, then obviously one of the options is to onboard a publicist. This also doesn't need to be a really expensive publicity agency. We have had a conversation recently with a publicity firm that were charging like astronomical fees a month. And I know sometimes PR is kind of like positioned as this really expensive thing to have that's like an extra, but I actually do think, and Victor and I were talking about this today, the importance of PR, I think, is becoming more and more important. I think people are having like a bit of a resurgence and appreciating the value of PR, because I think for a long time people just thought it was like added expense that didn't really bring anything, when I actually do think that it can be really powerful. We have seen that firsthand, so PR is not to be ignored. So it's good that you're asking the questions. There are definitely publicists out there that work on day rates that can be much more affordable than like an agency. So if you do have the budget, look at onboarding a publicist who can essentially get you the contacts that you don't have, even if that is, you can go obviously from, that's what an agency is there for. That's what a consultant can do to help. It's like they've got the contacts for you, so you don't need them. However, I think this question has been asked on the basis that budgets may be slightly lighter, so you don't necessarily have the budgets. There are really good resources like Diary Directory is a great one, especially for supplements. It's kind of predominantly beauty, but it definitely covers wellness and everything else. And publishers will often do call outs on these websites like Diary Directory, which was the event that we were at yesterday. So that is also another option. I definitely would recommend the call out piece when publicists are features and for product. That's a great opportunity, and they're all available on there, the call outs and everything else, and you just respond and you submit your product. I think with press as a whole, I think in any case, you have to be really clear with your product as to what is going to fundamentally be the hook. Obviously for ours, the whole hook was poo, which makes obviously it's just like a controversial, or rather like very unspoken topic, which publishers then obviously love because they love to feature things that aren't often spoken about, because that tends to be what people are interested in reading. But just make sure you're really clear on what that hook is for your product. It's hard for me to answer it because I don't know what your product is, but that would be my advice on that one. But don't be put off, because in this day and age, it's so easy to build contacts. So you can either use a publicist to help you get those contacts and to help build those relationships that are already there, or you use something like Diary Directory to get the contacts, reach out and build your network.
Sorry guys, I have a delivery from Holly.
Oh, my love.
Here's your coffee, darling.
That's so kind. Thank you so much, my love. Just don't make them like him anymore, Oof. Oof. Ooh, that is Italian coffee. Strong. So yeah, that is where I would start.